Hello everybody, my name is Manan. I am a mechanical engineer currently living in Estonia. Today's video is only for men, and specifically I wanted to talk about rejection. The harshest rejection that a man can ever face is from a woman that he is interested in. A woman that you probably spent weeks or months or even years planning to talk to and to open your heart and confess your love and your admiration for her. But when you did it, she took it out and then she turned it into pulp and she gave it back to you. And that completely crushed you. Every man, including me, has a couple of these stories where this type of rejection just blew the foundations from our personality. We got lost and we didn't know what to do. Now, there are three types of men after rejection, and I want to talk about each one of them. The first type of men, when they face a rejection, they think it's the fault of the whole womankind. They are selfish, materialistic gold diggers who only want guys who are muscle bound, gold chains around their neck, who treat them worse. That is what they think. And me, I'm such a great, lovely guy. I would have kept her so happy if she had just accepted. It's her fault that she doesn't see the good in me. I am going to resent and hate all the women in the world for this. Now, this type of behavior, if kept unchecked, can really turn worse. First, it makes you bitter, then you start hating, you turn resentful, and if you keep yourself in the basement with like-minded people on the internet and everywhere else, then it turns really bad. And we have seen the occasions in news and in our society how worse this thing can actually be. So that was type number one. Number two, these men turn inwards. So they think that the rejection was completely their fault. They're worthless, useless, low status men, and there is nothing that they can do about that. I give up. But it doesn't really work that way, because that feeling of inadequacy and resentment, it doesn't just go away. So they turn to alcohol, they turn to drugs, they turn to video games, they turn to pornography, and they slowly drain the life out of them. Not a good path either. I wanted to talk about the third type of man. You are useless, but you can be better. It was your fault, but you can become enough. You are a low status man, but you can change your status and you can become higher if you continuously improve yourself. So the type 3 of a man understands that it is his fault, it is his responsibility to change himself. Everybody around them, all the women in the world, they cannot be wrong. So what do? We take that resentment, we take that bitterness, and we turn it inwards. We turn it towards self-improvement. What kind of self-improvement do you say? I say, start with the basics. Start with your body. Start with working out. Start lifting weights. Start learning boxing. Start learning dancing. Start learning jiu-jitsu. Make a routine. Wake up every day at 3 a.m. in the morning and then go for a run barefoot. And then you will see if you feel any resentment. How do you fuel yourself from that resentment? Let me give you an example. So, say you are in your bed at 3 a.m. in the morning and you're tired from yesterday and you don't want to get up. It's cold and it's rainy and you don't want to get up for your daily run. Imagine that moment that you got rejected. Imagine the woman. What is she doing right now? What is the girl doing right now? She's in bed, right? And she's in bed with the guy that she chose you over. That guy has his arm wrapped around the woman of your dreams, and he is comfortable and warm and happy. And you could have been there. You could have been that guy if you didn't suck so much. How does that make you feel? Take that bitterness, take that resentment, take that hatred, and then get up and then take a run until your feet are sore and you cannot think of anything else. Now, this might seem very counterintuitive to many other people, because the traditional advice for dealing with the rejection says, oh, well, it wasn't really your fault. I mean, you should move on. You should go outside, be with more people, have friends. Try to think of it as something, just a minor blip in your life. I say no. I say we take that resentment and bitterness, we wrap it around in a cloth and we put it on a pedestal where we see it every day, and we let it fuel ourselves. We let it fuel ourselves till we are the version of the person that we want to be. Here's something that is going to happen, and I can say from my personal experience as well. You will start to motivate yourself by this bitterness and resentment and hatred. But eventually a time will come when you will fall in love with the process and you will leave all that thing behind. You would have transmuted all that negative potential energy into self-improvement, and you will come out grateful, humble, and more powerful man than you were before. Eventually, a time will come when you will realize that you should be thankful for the person who rejected you, because that person showed you the mirror of who you actually were. That person forced you to look at yourself harshly, to look at your deepest flaws and then work on them. It's very hard, not easy, and it's essentially a process of dying. The part of you that is a loser, that is dying. And in order for you to be reborn, you have to let go of the part that is dragging you back. That is a loser. And you can only do that by continuously self-improvement, continuous to push yourself, continue to burn that loser, continue to beat that loser part of you to the ground. But why do we feel resentment? Why do we feel hatred? Well, we are the descendants of men who fought armies and slayed monsters. It is this very masculine spirit within us that tells us that we can be more than who we are right now. And it is this spirit that makes us feel resentful towards ourselves. We need to use these negative feelings towards our advantage. We need to turn them into fuel, and as I said before, burn the parts of us that are not supporting us. Burn the loser parts within us and come out a greater man, a better man, a man who is more humble, who is more powerful, and who is more loving and kind towards everybody else around them. But he is dangerous. So whenever you are rejected, don't hide that feeling. Don't suppress that feeling. Store it. Keep it. Keep it on a pedestal every day where you can have a look. And then turn towards yourself and find out, okay, can I be better? Do I genuinely, apart from everybody else, forget about them? Do I genuinely myself tell them that I can be better? Then work on that. Work on that every day. And if you feel yourself lagging behind, then remind yourself of those rejections, all those rejections that you faced. Remind yourself of the humility and the degradation that you felt when that happened. Now, all the biggest achievements in my life that I'm actually proud of, they only happened after utter rejections. So I hope you take that energy and you transmute it to self-improvement and self-betterment. And that is the only way ahead. Bitterness and resentment, if you don't transmute it, it will eat yourself out. The only way forward is gratitude, humility, competence, and faith within our masculine spirit. I wish you all the best and stay hard, stay focused. Life isn't easy, but that's the fun.